6 afraid of 7.
Because that's a shitty joke. And welcome back to the Thunder and Lightning Gaming News Podcast.
Yeah, that's right. You do it this time.
I'm Lightning.
And I'm Thunder. And today is our E3 prediction podcast, pre-E3 discussion talk thing. So we're not going to go over news. We are going to go over game releases. We'll do that later. But I do want to, if we have time, I would really like to get to our segment because it's my favorite thing to do.
Sure.
Nowadays.
Sure.
But we're going to get right into it. So essentially, I'm just going to go through the events in order, and we're going to talk about what we think each one's going to be like and what games are going to be there and stuff.
Sounds good.
So first we have the Summer Games Fest, which could honestly be anything. Usually there's a lot of like...
Are we going to do bingo this year?
I didn't, but I could.
Yeah. If we're going to stream it, that'd be cool.
Okay. I could try. I'll try.
Okay.
I'll try. We should have made this podcast making the bingo thing, but that might be a little too hard at this point. So the Summer Games Fest could be literally anything. We know it's going to be hosted by Jeff Keighley.
We know Weezer's going to be there.
Weezer is going to be there for some reason. I'm sure they don't have a game.
They don't have a game, but they got a couple new albums.
Usually the bands that he has are like involved in
the games.
In a game.
Maybe they
somehow.
are, and we just don't know yet.
Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, maybe they'll announce like a music pack for a thing. No, but there's usually, whenever Jeff Keighley does a thing, there's usually a lot of like, here's an announcement for a new game. Now here's a Fortnite ad. This character's coming to Fortnite. Anyways, back to like, there's a lot of like, what do they call that? Like inherited advertisement? No, what is that called when advertisement's like part of the
I
thing?
think you got it. I don't know what that'd be called.
Yeah. So I don't expect any. I mean, he said there's going to be 30+ world premieres, which is a nice way of saying some of these games are going to be games that you've literally never heard of, but some of them are just going to be like, it's Persona 5 again, but on a different system than you think it would be. And it counts as a world premiere. But, like, I don't expect anything from any of the big ones, Microsoft, Nintendo, Sony. I don't expect, maybe Sony, because Sony doesn't have their own thing this year.
I think, so hold on. You're doing, like, an overview.
No, I'm just talking about the Summer Games
Okay.
event.
I think Sony's going to cry into a pillow.
I think they already are.
Because they're embarrassed, and they can't release their new gen for some reason.
They're wham crybabies.
Yeah. And they refuse to make more PS5s.
Or make enough that the scalpers don't matter anymore.
Right. God, that's becoming a real issue. Not what this podcast is about, though.
We could discuss that on a different podcast.
Yeah, sure.
I'd be more than happy to do that.
I'd do that for sure. Well, that was my prediction.
Yeah.
They're gonna cry.
But do you think that they're, like, realistically, do you think any Sony things will show up at the Summer Game Fest?
I think there will be games that Sony has, like, it's going to come out on their console, but that's about it.
See, the interesting thing is Sony's been doing that thing where they're like, we'll just do Nintendo Directs except for Sony, and they've been having a bunch of those. They had a Ratchet & Clank one. They had a Horizon 2 one, Horizon Zero Dawn or whatever it's called. Horizon Zero Dawn 2, I guess? But they don't have, like, a specific E3 one planned. Do you think that this would be their opportunity to be like, and now ours, too?
Right.
So it makes me think that they don't have anything, really. Like, they obviously have Ratchet & Clank and Horizon coming out, and they have Final Fantasy Intergrade coming out, which is technically not a new game.
I think Sony... Oh, excuse me. It's getting later in the day. Now I got to yawn.
Yeah, totally. No, you're good.
I think Sony's next announcement is it has to be what their plan is to get more PS5s in consumers' hands. Because right now, probably only 25% of their fan base has PS5s.
If that.
That means only whatever percent you want to call it should buy PS5 games.
Right.
So.
And then if you get, like, further into it, it's like, I bet you, like, 7% of all Demon's Souls fans have been able to play the new Demon's Souls because it's PS5 exclusive.
Right. No, exactly. So whatever their next announcement is, I think it has to be addressing the issue of how to get PS5s to people. And I think they don't know what to do with that yet, so they've been avoiding things.
Yeah.
Like little crybabies.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a bit before we were recording, but it's June, and the system came out in November.
Yes.
And I was frustrated then, and I feel like my frustration is even more justified now.
Oh, sure.
Like, I made the comparison earlier. Everyone had a Switch by now.
Mm-hmm.
Switch came out in March. By, November? Everyone had a Switch. I was one of the lucky people to get a Switch day one. Not tooting my own horn, just that is something that happened. I was very lucky. Happened to stumble into a GameStop on the last day that you could pre-order one or whatever, or something like that. But Nintendo Switch was in high demand for a while.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They were very much like everyone's out, but not this bad. But that's Sony. Yeah, I don't know. I never know what to expect from Summer Games Fest, which is why I'm so excited. It's kind of like the Game Awards. The Game Awards, as much as I love them and as much respect I have for Jeff Keighley, in the most recent years, the Game Awards have turned into much more
paying audience to get hyped for games.
No.
That's
Bethesda.
Yeah.
It's just turned into much more of a commercial than an actual awards show.
Right.
They'll show a trailer. They'll show 2 trailers for a new game and then a band and then another trailer, and then they're like, "Hey, while we did that, we gave out 3 awards." And it's like, "Oh, okay. Well, I spent a whole afternoon voting, but whatever." But this isn't Game Awards. There's no awards. This is just Summer Game Fest. So it could be anything really, which is exciting.
I bet Weezer did a soundtrack for a game.
It's got to be that, right? It's got to be like Weezer's going to be in the next skateboard thing, or there's going to be like a Beat Saber Weezer track or something like that. Got to be.
No. I think you misheard me. I'm not saying they're using Weezer tunes. I'm saying Weezer made a soundtrack for a game.
That is unlikely, but would be cool.
Yeah.
I would play the Weezer game. Scored by Weezer. I'd play the hell out of that.
Whatever it is.
Although, now that I mention it, there's probably not going to be Nintendo at the Summer Game Fest because Nintendo has its own thing we're going to talk about. But last time Jeff Keighley did a thing, the first announcement was Sephiroth for Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Maybe because there's 2 DLC fighters left, maybe one will be here and one will be... That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be cool.
Start the week with one and end that'd be cool. Let's move on to... This one I'm a little confused about, but I'm excited for it. It's called Wholesome Direct. And a company called Wholesome, I think they're just called Wholesome Games or Wholesome Limited or something like that. They're having essentially indie games Nintendo Direct. They said 50 unannounced indie games.
Wow.
Which is a big number.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me think that it's going to be an action-packed or a 3-hour-long event.
Snooze fest?
Not snooze fest, just, it's going to be long to compensate the number, or they're going to do that Microsoft thing where it's like, we technically talked about 50 games. Do you remember the year they did
yes,
that?
Yes, I do.
So, yeah, I'm excited for that. But that one we're not streaming, but I am going to be watching that one for sure. Next, we have Ubisoft. Ubisoft is interesting because there's always going to be things that we don't know about yet at all, right? There's always going to be like announcing for the first time ever this. But as far as things I'm expecting, I don't think we're going to get a new Assassin's Creed because usually those leak and usually you hear a little bit about them. And the last one was a lot of people really, really liked it.
Yeah.
It was the Viking, Norse one. I myself haven't played it, but that is because I'm stubborn and I refuse to play a game made for PS5 on PS4, but that's just me.
Well, I wouldn't even call that stubbornness. It's going to run poorly. It's going to run awful.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact with
just the jump from the PS4 to the PS4 Pro had issues with that.
Well, that's what it was. It was I was playing Spider-Man, which I should have been playing on the Pro, and I wasn't.
Yeah.
And it ran pathetically.
Now imagine the sequel to Spider-Man, a PS5 game running on PS4.
Right. No, forget it.
They literally said, and good for them, they literally said, like, don't buy the PS4 version, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Which, like, worked because no one complained about the PS4 version of Miles Morales. So I don't think there's going to be a new... Don't think there's going to be a new Assassin's Creed. They're probably going to talk about Far Cry 6. I swear to God, I thought Far Cry 6 was out already. That's the one where the bad guy's going to be played by Giancarlo Esposito, the guy from Mandalorian, the bad guy from Mandalorian and Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He's going to be the bad guy in Far Cry 6. That actually got delayed, if I remember correctly. That should already be out, but it was delayed again. I think I think there's a Ubisoft movie. I think one of Ubisoft's properties is getting a movie soon that might get talked about because they love to do that. They love to waste my time talking about not video games. There's probably going to be a Just Dance dance party. There always is. I don't care how virtual or digital your
event,
your press conference is. Yeah. There's always like a fucking Freddie Mercury fuck fest of dancing and furries and mascots and all this shit that I just like to do my taxes while I watch. What else does Ubisoft do? I'm still the only person on the planet still excited for Skull and Bones. It's a game they announced in, I think, 2016 that's still not out. It's essentially just...
It's the pirate game, right?
It's Assassin's Creed ship combat, but that's it. It's Assassin's Creed ship combat.
God, you have been talking about that as long as we've known each other.
I know, because it was announced like before I met you, and it's still not out. And like, is it going to be next gen at this point? Was it just straight up canceled? Who knows? So Ubisoft is always up in the air. They have a lot of stuff they could talk about. They could talk about the next Beyond Good and Evil game, but I don't think they're going to.
Yeah.
I think that Ubisoft sometimes has years where they sort of like scrounge in between the couch to find what they're going to announce. And I think this is one of those years, because last year, and by last year, for the rest of the podcast, I mean 2019, because there was no E3 2020. Last year, their big push was Immortal Phoenix Rising, and that game fucking exploded. Everyone loves that game.
Well, at least Pauline loves that game.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, no, everyone I've known, I've heard nothing but good things about it. There's probably going to be more DLC for that game, actually, now that I think about it.
That would make sense.
Yeah. I know that there's a new Rainbow Six coming out. I'm not sure which conference that would be at because I don't know who makes that. But I'm gonna bring it up now.
Okay.
Do you have anything else to say about Ubisoft?
No, I think we covered it.
Okay. What about Ubisoft? I just pronounced it differently.
No, I know.
So next we have one of the big ones, Microsoft / Bethesda, and what I'm interested to talk about
the
is
hype.
How much. Let's say this is a 2-hour event because Microsoft likes to do that.
Yeah.
How much of that event do you think is going to be Bethesda? Because like Bethesda's
probably 40 minutes.
Really interesting because Bethesda is really well known for having an hour-long press conference and then having like next to nothing to talk about during it.
Yeah. So you think Microsoft is going to cut them down?
I mean, every outlet that is talking about this is saying Microsoft / Bethesda. They're not saying like Microsoft and then you read the fine details and it's like also Bethesda. It's like their event, I'm pretty sure, is going to be called the Microsoft Bethesda Showcase, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, once again, Bethesda have this stuff that they could talk about, but I don't know if they're going to. Like, last year, they showed, remember, or no, was this 2 years ago? This is 2 years ago. They showed the logo for Elder Scrolls 6 and Starfield, and they haven't done anything with those. They haven't said anything about those past the good old logo that they threw up. So, like, they could talk about that stuff. I don't think they're gonna.
Right.
I don't think Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be out for a while. We all know they're going to talk about Elder Scrolls Online and how many dragons they added, and like a quarter of the audience is going to nut everywhere. Oh, well, no, there's not going to be an audience. It's all going to be digital.
Oh, right. Well, are they going to have a digital audience, though? Like wrestling and places, things like that we're doing?
I hope not one that we can hear. If they have a virtual audience, then, like, mute them.
Nothing. If I see the job I had, these guys loved watching Wheel of Fortune and Price is Right.
Okay.
And they had virtual audience, and you could hear the virtual audience as not fun as it was.
Yeah, how annoying was that for you, the viewer?
I got over it.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Then maybe. Who knows? I have no idea what people's plans for E3 is this time. E3 kind of like really came out of nowhere this year because like there almost wasn't one, and then no, there's definitely one, and here's all the official news. And like Sega's apparently has a press conference. They still haven't announced a date or a time for it.
What the hell is Sega going to announce?
I don't know. Sega literally just last week held a Sonic 30th anniversary stream. So like, I don't know what Sega like.
Is Sega not Nintendo?
No.
No, but I mean like.
Does Nintendo own Sega?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
They're
the hell is Sega doing?
Sonic, no.
Oh, so they just make games. Okay, so
Yeah.
they're out of the console business.
Yeah.
They're just making games. Okay.
I was gonna say Bayonetta, but that's Nintendo now. I think Sega just makes Sonic. I don't know. Oh my god, because I was gonna say they made Balan Wonderworld, but that was Square Enix because Yuji Naka went over to Square Enix, and then literally yesterday he left Square Enix probably because his game sucked.
They're gonna announce Sonic 2, the movie.
Oh, you think Sega's gonna talk about Sonic?
Oh no, they're not gonna announce it. We know it's happening.
Yeah,
they're probably gonna release a trailer.
That'd be cool. I'd be down for that. No, but sorry, I got off topic. We were talking about Microsoft Bethesda. I don't think Bethesda has fuck all. There's not gonna be a new Dishonored. There's not gonna be a new Doom. They're not gonna talk about Quake. They're not gonna talk about Elder Scrolls 6. They're just gonna. I think the Bethesda portion of this Microsoft Bethesda press conference is just going to be some Elder Scrolls Online.
Then maybe 20 minutes.
That's a lot of time to listen to people talk about ESO Online.
Yeah, but you have to listen to how.
Oh no, I did it. I did the ATM machine thing. I said ESO Online. That's what the O stands for.
But you have to listen to how insane the audience gets over it.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to rush the stage.
Fucking, what's that one dude? Sean? No. Fuck, I forget his name. He's like, and now dragons, and then just someone just punches him and like, yeah! Pete Hines, that's his name. Pete Hines.
They're like, yeah, can I get my $20?
I did it. You wanted me to punch Pete Hines, right? No, but so Microsoft's in an interesting place because they do have a new console. And that console was supposed to have a Halo game on it by now.
And a console that people apparently can probably get their hands on.
Yeah, definitely. Do you think there's going to be any new updates on Halo Infinite? Because last we heard of it, they were like, look, and everyone was like, that looks shitty. And me over here, I was just like, I don't know, it looks fine. And then like a couple months later, they were like, we've delayed it an entire year. Do you think they have any news? Like, it's kind of a weird spot because it's June and the game's due out in December. And like, if all they're doing is making it look better, it doesn't look better yet.
Right.
So.
Right. No, probably not. They'll I mean, like you said, they got a new console. They'll probably announce some games.
Microsoft is usually, at least from me being a fan of video games, sometimes they'll surprise me. Like Devil May Cry 5, the official announcement for Devil May Cry 5 was at a Microsoft event. So like sometimes they'll announce a game and you're like, oh, this is cool, and then it'll say like Xbox only, and you're like, oh, okay. But then sometimes they'll announce a game and it's like they're the ones announcing it, but it's going to be on PlayStation 2.
Right.
The PlayStation as well.
No,
it's gonna be on PlayStation 2.
It is going to be on PlayStation 2. Weirdly enough.
Weird.
Whatever game it is, it's going to be on PS2, even if it's Xbox exclusive. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, I'm always excited for Microsoft. I'll say this about Microsoft. I know everything's weird and digital, and we're still dealing with COVID stuff, and E3 is probably not going to be the same E3 it's been for the last couple of years, at least for a while. But I will give this to Microsoft. They're really good at giving E3 presentations. They've learned over the years what to say, in what order, how to keep an audience interested, how to not bullshit, Can't say the same for Sony, because as you know, the last time we watched Sony, they had a guy playing an instrument you've never heard of for 20 minutes, and then they said the words Resident Evil 2, and then they...
Do you mean the banjo?
No, it was a weird flute. There was a banjo guy, but there was
Oh,
also
yeah,
a weird
yeah,
flute
yeah.
thing for
You're
Ghost
right.
of Tsushima. Remember they had them in like a warehouse and they like showed a trailer for Last of Us 2 and then they made us wait for 10 minutes while they moved all the
Yeah.
people to a That's why they fucking quit cuz they forgot how to like do it. I'm
Or
gonna
they
take-
were just like, it's too much work forcing all these people to move to one room to another and get all these acts nobody wants to watch. So forget the whole thing.
That's essentially, yeah. I don't know whose fault that is. I don't know whose fault that is. I want to blame Sean Layden, but he seems like a cool, down to earth guy, so maybe I don't want to blame him.
Still could have effed up.
He still could have, yeah. No, I feel like Sean Layden. I feel like whoever's in charge of how Sony presents their new games is making a mistake, and I don't think that's Sean Layden's job because I think he would do a good job.
Okay.
I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about Konami because they were supposed to have a press something, but they canceled it because they said they have a few things that they're working on that aren't ready yet, which really confused me because if I remember correctly, in 2017, Konami said that they aren't going to make video games anymore.
No.
So pick a lane, I guess. Like,
Also, a few things that aren't ready yet. Do you mean you haven't come up with the concept for it? Because it seems to me that's the only prerequisite to announce a game at one of these things.
right. Well, no, I think because they were going to have like an event. I think they didn't have enough to show. Like, I think they probably had a few logos they could have thrown up.
Right.
But I think as far as filling out a whole presentation, they were like, we're not ready yet.
Okay.
Which makes sense because they don't make much. And I have a feeling that all the stuff that they're going to announce is like more bullshit online only. We killed Metal Gear again, sorry. Or like a new like remake of an old Konami classic. And it's
Yeah.
not going to be Zombies Ate My Neighbors because Zombies Ate My Neighbors is getting an official re-release on Nintendo Switch.
Which,
So that's already out of the way.
by the way, there's no hope.
What do you mean?
But of a official second game
Oh, yeah.
or even a
Official third game.
well, no, because there's an unofficial second game.
Oh, true. There's fan-made stuff.
Yeah.
But you're talking about Ghoul Patrol. That is the official sequel to Zombies Ate
Oh,
My
is
Neighbors.
it? Okay.
It's just not called Zombies Ate My Neighbors 2, and because it wasn't called that, it sold worse. So not many people know about it.
Okay. I'm talking about the fan-made sequel. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
called More Zombies Ate My
yeah,
Neighbors.
yeah.
And it was totally not real.
The third game should be called Even More Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
No, it should be fucking called Zombies Ate My Neighbors 2. We exist. It exists. No, Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol are going to be on Switch soon.
Yeah, no, I know that.
One
That's cool.
$15 purchase. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I'm
Are
very excited.
are we gonna let's play Ghoul Patrol?
I think we're going to...
I think we have to. We already did Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Well, we didn't do Zombies Ate My Neighbors when it had saving.
Oh.
Because it has saving now.
Oh, that is a good point, huh?
Yeah. We could
Ooh.
play all of Zombies Ate My Neighbors
I don't-
officially for the first time
I
ever.
don't know if we'll live that long.
It
But-
is 45 levels, but, or no, 55. It's fucking 55 levels. I'm remembering the woman on the cover with the
Yeah.
55 levels above her.
I'd
Okay.
try it. I'd try Let's Playing all of Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
I would definitely put like a Scott Pilgrim asterisk. Like if we don't finish this, we're gonna move on to something else.
Yeah. We'll move on to
Um,
Ghoul Patrol.
So, yeah, we'll move on to the sequel that we both already don't like. So next up is Square Enix. Square Enix, their press conference is scheduled for 3:15, which makes me think it's actually 3:30, but they're gonna make us sit through 15 minutes of like setup or whatever.
Yeah.
I really don't know what Square Enix is definitely going to. Square Enix has a lot of companies now. They have Eidos Montreal, and I'm pretty sure they still have IOI. Maybe no, IOI just went solo. Sorry, but they have I'm blanking. They have a lot of stuff. They don't just have Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest is what I'm getting at. They have
Yeah.
Tomb Raider. They have Life is Strange. They're probably going to talk about the new Life is Strange because that game is coming out sooner rather than later. And it looks really good. I might actually get it. Life is Strange 2, Life is Strange, one of my favorite games. Life is Strange 2, I've been pretty open about the fact that I really hate it. I think it's a terrible game. But Life is Strange 3, if you want to call it that, is looking pretty good. I might actually play that one.
Cool.
They're probably going to talk about... Chris, are you still playing Avengers? Because they're probably going to talk about that Black Panther expansion that's coming out for that game soon.
I haven't. I should.
Yeah.
Because money was paid for the game. Blood was spilt in order for me to own this game, so I should play it.
It really sucks because from what I've heard, from what I can tell, that game is pretty excellent. It's just no one played it, and then it was not updated enough. So now no one plays it anymore.
I'm just so bored with the Hulk. I just don't want to play the Hulk anymore.
Why can't you choose?
Well, I can between him and Miss Marvel.
Oh, you just have to unlock more characters?
I just have to, bless you, complete more levels, but it's all the same thing, and I'm just sick of it.
That is the main complaint I heard, is that the game is very repetitive. Well, there's Wakanda stuff coming, and they're probably going to talk about that during their press conference. They're probably not going to talk about Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest also just had, the same day as the Sonic thing, a Dragon Quest 35th anniversary stream. They announced a ton of stuff. They announced Dragon Quest 12 with a logo. They announced a Dragon Quest Pokemon Go They announced a remake of 3, and it looks great. It looks like Octopath Traveler. It's oddly titled. It's called, I think the official title is Dragon Quest 3 2D to HD or something like that. Like, that's the actual title of the game.
Cool.
So we're probably not going to hear anything Dragon Quest. We might hear some stuff about Final Fantasy 16. I don't think we will. When they announced it, it looked very early in production. So I don't know if more information for that will be ready.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool if it was. That and Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. I don't think we're going to see anything about that either, but it would be cool if we did, you know? That's kind of where I am with everyone except Nintendo, because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what Nintendo's is going to look like, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, Square Enix always, whenever I'm like, I don't know what Square Enix could have, they always disappoint. They always, whenever I'm like, I am unsure of what they're going to bring, it's boring.
Bring close to nothing.
They always bring there's one announcement that's pretty hype, but the rest of it is just some weird nonsense that no one cares about. And also, the Avengers has a new update, which could honestly at this point be classified as some weird nonsense that no one cares about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Because that game really does have its fans, and the people who like it say it's really good, and I believe them. I'm just not going to play it. What's next? Capcom, for the first time I think ever, is doing a thing. Capcom has a lot. They just released, a new Resident Evil game, obviously. So I doubt that they're going to talk about that. I was going to say Resident Evil games rarely get DLC, but then I remembered 7 had a shit ton of DLC. So maybe this one will have DLC. I don't know if a RE8 DLC announcement is something that would happen this soon. They're probably going to talk about Monster Hunter once again, just a game that is constantly updating. But I don't play it, so every time they announce something for it, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll sit through this.
Yeah.
They might talk about the Resident Evil Netflix movie. We might get a trailer for that, because it was delayed 2 months, which is an odd amount to be delayed. So it definitely seems like...
I forgot all about that. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. It's going to supposedly be the first and the second game.
That's cool.
Which, I know they happened at the same time, but, on different parts of the world. You know? So, and I like the cast list. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed the cast list. They got the guy who plays Luther, the super strength guy in Umbrella Academy, to play Wesker.
Yeah.
And I among others that I was like very excited about. It's a good cast list. They got I don't remember her name, I apologize, but the woman who's the villain in Ant-Man 2, the one who's like phasing through reality.
Yes, okay.
She's going to be Jill Valentine, and I'm very excited for that. She's an exceptional actress.
Nice.
I wish I could remember her name, I apologize. But we might get something about that. I wouldn't mind that. Other than that, Street Fighter's kind of done right now. I think Street Fighter might be officially done. Like, I think they're not making any more characters for that game, but I could be wrong. They always like say that they're done and then they're never done. But I think they recently released like now here's the full version with all the characters.
Yeah.
You can buy it, we promise. So I don't know. I expect a lot of I anticipate a lot of cool surprises from Capcom. Because I love Capcom, but all the series I love are kind of like, I don't really think we're gonna get a new Devil May Cry or Resident Evil right now. So it might be a bunch of weird stuff, but they do have a press conference for the first time ever. So
we'll see.
We'll see.
There's no expectations.
Yeah, there's basically none at this point. So just briefly, we don't have to talk about this one too much, but Limited Run Games is doing a thing.
I am excited to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, do you remember last year they had Star Wars stuff?
Yeah.
They announced like 13 different Star Wars games or something. For those of you who don't know, Limited Run Games, they don't actually make games. They release games physically. And through that service, they've kind of been reviving some old classics like Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game. So it could be anything. If it's a digital-only game, it could show up here, you know?
Yeah.
So that's very exciting. I love Limited Run Games. They will always hold a special place in my heart for the many different things they've done for me personally.
What if they were like, well, we got our physical version of Zombies. Oh, well, never mind.
That could be you joke, but that could be a thing. That's digital only right now.
True.
It could they could very well do that. I wouldn't be surprised to that. I mean I wouldn't be opposed. Yeah, I wouldn't be angry at that for sure.
Pokemon Snap the original.
No, see, they never. It's always indie
random
games.
Stuff.
It's always indie games until it's not, right? Like Scott Pilgrim was an interesting, a special case.
Yeah.
Where that was like a first-party Ubisoft game, but like the only way it was going to get published was with Limited Run Games help.
Right.
But yeah, because they don't have access to whatever they want. Developers come to them, and they're like, now do ours. You know.
Right.
God, just Night Trap alone. Fuck, I love Limited Run Games so much. I owe them my life.
No, if and when we go to a PAX together, that's the booth I want to go to. I want to buy games from them.
It's so. I hope they're doing the mystery games again because that was my favorite part. That's how I got fucking Oregon Trail.
Right.
Oregon Trail. That was great. Next, we have Bandai Namco, another company who hasn't had a press conference in a while. This one's interesting. So Bandai Namco has Tekken, so they'll probably talk about Tekken. But if they're announcing a new character or a new stage for Tekken or whatever, they might want to save that announcement for EVO, which is happening this year.
Yeah.
Because EVO was recently bought by Sony. Sony, I think? Yeah, so EVO is definitely happening, digital or not. So Bandai Namco does a lot of fighting games. Most of them are Tekken, but they do a lot of fighting games. But that info might not drop here. I will say, I'll bring it up just because I feel like I have to. Person who makes Dark Souls and the guy who wrote Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin, they're making a game together. It's called Elden Ring. It's going to be a Dark Souls-like.
Oh, yeah.
They announced this maybe back in 2014, and there has been no new info about it past a short trailer and the name Elden Ring. And Bandai Namco would be publishing this game because it's a FromSoft game. They don't normally have a press conference. It seems like Elden Ring is a big enough thing to want to do that in. And the fact that I'm even saying this makes me think that I'm going to be terribly disappointed. But
Doesn't George R. Martin have enough on his plate, like
you'd think.
finishing that one series he made?
You'd think, right? The series that he said, no, it's not done. I promise I'll finish it. And then he took his time. And, like, take as much time as you want, but, like,
Yeah.
don't. Also don't. So, yeah, if Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, the Elden Ring stuff is going to show up, it'll be at Bandai Namco. And that's basically... Bandai Namco does a lot of anime stuff, right? Like, not that I'm expecting this to happen, but, like, if there was a My Hero or a JoJo's game coming out, it would probably be at the Bandai Namco thing. So they probably have a bunch of weird stuff that we're not even thinking about.
That'd be crazy if there was a new JoJo game.
That'd be cool. There is a JoJo arcade-only, Japan-only Battle Royale game that looks pretty good. The only map is Morio Town, but you have access to characters from all 5 parts. 5. That's what Giorno was, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 is what's coming up. No, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. But if weird stuff like that would show up at a Bandai Namco thing. Last, and certainly not least, the big one for this year. Sometimes they're not the big one, but it seems like they're the big one this year. We got Nintendo.
Yes.
Nintendo, we are most likely, like 80% sure that they are going to show a new Nintendo Switch.
That would be cool.
Whether it's called a Switch Pro, whether it's called a new Nintendo Switch, you can only imagine that they've learned their lesson. It's going to be
Switch
called a
U.
Pro. God, no.
Yeah. The Switch U.
Please, no. Please, God, no. It's a Switch, except the pad is the thing.
Yeah.
It's like, that's just a Wii U. So that's exciting. I don't necessarily know what a new Switch would do. I assume it would still be portable, or else why are we even bothering?
Right.
But almost even more exciting than that, it is The Legend of Zelda's 35th anniversary.
They're definitely going to announce oh my god. The new Zelda game.
Breath of the Wild 2?
Yes. Jesus.
Well, they've that's where I'm kind of torn. There's gotta be, if not at E3.
I keep saying announce. I meant talk about. They already announced it's happening.
Yeah. There's already a trailer for it. I think we bought. Yeah. That's up on our channel. Us reacting to that. There's gotta be If they don't use E3 to talk about the Zelda 35th stuff, then they're gonna have another event doing that because they've got to. Mario 35th was like such a big thing for them, right?
Yeah.
And now it's Zelda's turn, and I feel like I was talking on stream with a couple people, and I feel like this is my prediction, and it's kind of specific and bold, but this is my prediction. I think there's going to be, you know how there was like the Mario 3D All-Stars pack?
Oh, no, I was just going to say that. I'm sure they'll do another 3 games.
I think there's going to be 2 packs of 2 games.
Oh.
I think one pack is going to be Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and I think the other pack is going to be Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I think it's straight up just going to be like in N64, GameCube.
That would be pretty cool.
You know, because
I would buy both of those.
And it would make sense because there can't be a Wii one because the only Zelda games on Wii were Twilight Princess, which was also on GameCube, and Skyward Sword, and they already announced that Skyward Sword is getting re-released.
Right.
I'm done with Link to the Past. I've played it a lot. It's a great game. Please don't release it again unless the announcement is all of them. Then I'll take it.
Release them all?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do
crazy.
that, but that would be it would be
How much money would that be?
It would be weird. Well, I assume they're all separate purchases.
Oh, just
But it would-
re-release every Zelda
Right.
game but separately?
But
okay.
I don't think they're going to do something like that because why did they announce Skyward Sword first?
Right.
Which makes me nervous that Skyward Sword HD is the only thing they're doing for Zelda's 35th anniversary, but I don't think it is because they haven't even said the words Zelda 35th
Right.
anniversary. And you brought up a good point too. Breath of the Wild 2 is still on its way. We don't have a release date for it. Not that we were asking. We know that those games take a long time to make, but this one's probably going to take considerably less time than the last one because they already have the engine and
Right.
stuff and that whole map. You know, I don't know if they're going to use the same map or not, but they could talk about that. I don't think they're gonna. I think that's more an announcement for December or maybe even next E3. But like,
And this is the first time they've ever come out with a direct, even in the title, sequel. Like, I know Majora's Mask is a sequel to Ocarina of Time.
And Link Between Worlds is technically a sequel to Link to the Past, but even that game came out like 28 years later or something like that. That was a 3DS game, and Link to the Past was a Super Nintendo game. So no, there's never been a 2.
Right.
There's never been a Legend of Zelda blah 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 2, and now there is. It's called Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Well, no, actually, sorry, I'm gonna bite my tongue. We don't know what it's called. They just said the sequel to Breath of the Wild is in the works. That's all they said. They did not title it BOTW2. So
and they probably won't then. It'll probably be called something else.
But if the story picks up with like Zelda's fine.
No, it would be the same thing as Majora's Mask.
Yes, exactly.
You know what it is.
Right. You know what it is. Do you think, this is something that I've been talking about for a while, do you think playable Zelda?
Wow.
Game starts, you can pick Link or
I don't
Zelda.
think it'll be that. I don't think it'll be like that. I think if they're ever going to do that, I think you unlock Zelda.
Oh, you beat the game once?
Or something like that.
You play through it a second time with her, and she has different perks and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. I agree with you. That's how they would probably go about it. I feel like Breath of the Wild is a weird game to do that with, because Breath of the Wild, like when you play as Link in Breath of the Wild, it's not like Link has his setup that he does. You just like use the elements, you know?
Right.
So I don't know how different the game would be if you could play it as Zelda, but regardless, I think it's time. I think playable, even if it's not Zelda, a playable female main lead role in a Zelda game. I think it's time for that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
But no, I'm obviously excited for Breath of the Wild 2. I low-key kind of hope that it comes out well after I'm done with my vegan pacifist run. But, you know, we'll see. Oh, God, Nintendo, I had a thing. Oh, Splatoon 3 is still coming out. They're probably going to say something about that. They barely showed it off. It looks like it's going to be very different from what it was last time. Because Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 1 are like basically the same game. Just one runs a little better. Oops, the internet went out again. That was my interpretation of me playing Splatoon 2. This game is great. Oh, it's gone. Other than that, do we think, because I do, do we think that both the last 2 Smash Brothers characters are going to be announced at E3 2021?
I think you nailed it. I think if 2 are going to be released, I think 1 would be at the beginning and 1 at the end.
Because they did 2 last time. They did...
Yeah, but it wasn't the last 2.
Right. It was actually... That was Pack 1 still, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Hero and Banjo-Kazooie were in Pack 1. And then the last one was Byleth for some reason. No, you're right. And I this is when I get nervous, because they nailed it last time. Last time they were like, it's the last DLC character. We're going to go out with a bang. And then they announced Bayonetta, and everyone fucking lost it, right? That was so cool. We already have Banjo-Kazooie. We have fucking Joker from Persona 5, the comeback kid who was never expected to be in this game.
Right.
We have Steve from Minecraft, which I know we don't think this, but that's a big get. We have Sephiroth, which was thought impossible because he's another Square Enix rep, and Cloud was already looking not like very well represented in that game.
Yeah.
But then we have a bunch of weird first parties like Min Min and Byleth and all these people. So do we think that Nintendo's going to realize what they have and they're going to go out with a bang? Do we think that the final DLC character is going to be the coolest one, in theory?
Waluigi.
Or do we think that they're going to triple down and no, I'm being serious. Are they going to triple down and have some fan service and just can the last one and fill that slot with Waluigi? Because honestly, at this point, I would be equally as excited for Waluigi than I would for like Dante or Crash Bandicoot or Sora or somebody.
Yeah. It's just so funny because it's not gonna happen.
But it could, though. Realistically,
I don't think they already told us no, it won't happen.
No, they didn't.
Well, they said it's gonna be all new franchises.
They did not say that.
Okay.
Because Min Min was part of Pack 2 and Byleth was part of Pack 1. So if that's what they said, they already ruined that.
Okay. If that's the case, I want to be on this side so bad. I'm calling.
I want to be on the right side of history when it comes to Waluigi.
Exactly. I'm gonna stick to my guns. If you go back in every single time a character got released and we talked about it, I've said this dude.
Yeah.
From day one, I've been saying him.
Here's my hope. Oh yeah, what were you gonna say?
I think the last one's gonna be Waluigi. I had to officially say it.
Okay, yeah. There we go. I always like to do this. Here's what I hope happens. Here's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
Crash Bandicoot, Waluigi. That's the perfect. That's the perfect two.
That'd be a knockout end.
Here's what I think's going to happen. Fortnite character Tracer from Overwatch.
Yeah, that sounds more realistic.
I've been screaming Tracer from Overwatch for the past year and a half, as you know. But that's just because I want to fucking predict one right. I haven't predicted one right yet. I literally like a day before Banjo-Kazooie gets announced, I was like, that'd be cool, but it's not gonna happen. And then it happened and I cried. 'Cause I tend to do that. I would love Crash Bandicoot. He is the next one that makes the most sense to me.
Sure.
It is fucking Crash Bandicoot's turn. I don't care about Sora. I don't want Dante from Devil May Cry in another fucking fighting game because he's going to break it again.
Oh, yeah. Sora is my other pick. It's going to go Sora, then Waluigi. Those are my picks.
Okay, so you're Sora, Waluigi. I'm Crash. Well, I should pick someone who's not Waluigi, so we're both different. But
well, no. Then when we're on the right side of history, we'll both be there.
Yeah. It would be nice to be standing side by side with you on the appropriate side of history. Or it could be a Pokemon. That would be upsetting, but it could be a Pokemon.
That would be upsetting. There's no Pokemon that I'd care enough about to
not at
take
this
one
point,
of the right,
especially
exactly.
because the newest gen is Gen 8, and it doesn't really have many like Pokemon that everyone's like. I feel like Gen 7, the Hawaiian one, there was a bunch of like fan favorites.
Right.
But this one just sort of like, at least in my opinion, it just sort of like happened, and now it's not happening anymore. Realistically, I guess the DLC happened, and the DLC does have a fighting like koala thing. Not koala. I forget what that animal's called. What I'm saying is like Pokemon obviously has things that it could do. I don't think they're gonna, like last time. They said that Nintendo, Sakurai isn't the person who picks the fighters. It's Nintendo who picks them, and then Sakurai decides if it's possible to do that or not, like from a gameplay perspective, which is like, duh, of course he did. But I feel like it's E3. It can't be just one. It has to be both, right? For E3 2021?
Yeah.
Because the last time they announced it, it was Pyra and Mythra. They were really good, but they were kind of expected. They're also first party, so they're already by default not as exciting as a third party rep. And that was way back in I think like March or April. The last time they had
sounds about right.
When they had their first like real non-E3 Nintendo Direct in like 500 days or whatever it was, they announced it there. I love Smash Brothers announcements, and these are the last two in theory ever that we're ever going to get.
I mean, well, nobody said that. They didn't say we're never making another Smash Brothers game.
They did. He is on record saying if there is another one, it won't be this big next time, which I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah. Nobody said this will be the last one.
No, I know, but with a series like this that comes out so infrequently, you gotta.
Oh, it'll be a while.
You gotta
until
assume,
we see it again.
You gotta assume that it's always. I mean, they make so much money off this game series.
That's what I'm saying. There will be another one. It'll be a long time till we see another one.
Yeah,
and actually,
the gap between 4 releasing and Ultimate releasing was only 4 years.
Yeah, but this one's been releasing for like 4 years.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
With that,
plus there's not a new console. If there was one soon, that would be the first Smash Brothers to be two on the same console. Because literally the N64, GameCube, Wii U, 3DS, Switch.
Right.
Always a new console.
Can I make a game prediction?
Yeah,
yes,
sure.
a
Go for
bold
it.
game prediction.
Yeah, sure.
Super Mario Kart 9.
Oh yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, it's time, right?
Yeah, I'd
It's fucking
say
time.
so. It's past time. There should have already been one.
We all know, in a perfect world, the next Smash Brothers game announcement and the next Mario Kart game announcement would be the same goddamn
one in the
announcements.
same. I think here's the thing. I think you're gonna get that, but it's not gonna be Smash. I think you're gonna get a plethora of characters you can play
Right,
in Smash.
you think it's gonna
I mean Mario
You
Kart.
think it's gonna
but
be Mario Kart 9 featuring literally
Yeah,
nine
a
or
whole bunch of
9 to
characters.
18 different characters
It might-
who were
they're-
in Smash Brothers?
They're not gonna go as hard as Smash
right
because that's kind of the point of Smash. Is it's a bunch of different
I
people.
bet you, with the advent of the Mario Kart 8 DLC packs with fucking Splatoon and 2 Animal Crossing and 2 different links, I think, and that's it, right? Oh, and a Captain Falcon. That Captain Falcon shit too. There was 2 Captain Falcon stages and a Captain Falcon car.
Oh yeah.
I think that the next Mario Kart, like you said, I think it's going to be a huge roster, and I think it's literally going to be half of it is the good old the gang.
Yep.
And the other half will be like Pit and a Fire Emblem character.
Yeah.
That would be dope. That'd be
Yeah,
really
yeah.
dope. But taking a step back in the conversation, I think it's time. I think if Mario Kart 9 was announced on June 15th at the Nintendo E3 Direct 2021, I would not be surprised. I'd be super hype.
I'll honestly, at this point, I'll be surprised if it's not.
Really? You're that sure that
It's not that I'm that sure it's gonna happen. It's at that point I'm gonna start questioning if Mario Kart 8 was it. Was that the last Mario Kart we're gonna get?
right? Because
it's
it
been
was
years.
because it was really good.
Oh
But-
yeah.
but they've been riding that, and it's been making the money this whole time. It's still like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, the remake, the
Yep.
remaster,
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call it for Switch, is still the second or third greatest selling Switch game of all time, which is insane to me. There's so many games that are as good or as deserving of that title, but Mario Kart 8 is a game from 2014.
right.
Oh
Oh my God, has it been that long?
yeah. Mario
that's
Kart
too long.
Mario Kart 7 was when the 3DS launched. So Mario Kart 7 was, I think, 2010, 2011. And then Mario Kart 8 was a Wii U game, not a Wii U launch game. So that came out in 2014, I believe. I'm pretty sure. It could be 15, but I'm pretty sure it's 14 because that's the one I always say. And then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe launched in 2018 because it was announced when Switch was announced, but it was not a launch title. It came later.
Even that's too long. Let's assume Deluxe was a new Mario
they're
Kart game.
considering it that
Yeah, that's still too for my
2018 to 2021.
yeah. Too
I think
long.
that's perfect. I think we're gonna get an announcement. I think that's the perfect amount of time. You know?
okay. Maybe
I
I'm
think that
maybe I'm
makes-
just a little annoyed that it's been almost a decade.
Well, I'm annoyed that, and I'm not that annoyed because I actually did do this, but I'm annoyed I had to play the same game twice.
Yeah.
I
See,
did.
I didn't. I didn't have a Wii U,
Right.
so I played.
You and I played Mario Kart 8 a lot when before we had a channel, when we were
Yeah.
just hanging out. It was on Wii U only, and then you got it and you got really good at it and stuff, and actually beat it and stuff. No, I think that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because I had forgotten about that. This could be such a huge year for Nintendo.
I am gonna be disappointed if we walk away with this without Mario Kart.
I'm there. I mean, there's a lot of like any press conference, but specifically with this year's Nintendo press conference, there's a lot of things that could disappoint me. If we don't get both Smash character announcements, I'm going to be disappointed. And Sakurai recently announced he doubled down. He was like, there are no more. These are
Yeah.
the last 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to be disappointed if they make me sit through Mario Golf stuff. Mario Golf's coming out. I'm really excited for it. Don't show me any more
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah.
I'm good. That's why I think they uploaded that trailer. They uploaded like a 5-minute, like, here's everything you need to know about the game, like, trailer with like a woman doing a voiceover.
You know what else they might talk about?
What?
Mario World or whatever it's called.
Mario World?
Nintendo World, whatever.
Oh, the theme park?
Yeah.
I don't think they want it. It's got bad press right now because remember it closed down because of a COVID scare.
No, I know. That's why I'm saying I think they might try and like get it back in the light.
See, Nintendo makes dumb decisions sometimes. I think they're smart enough to know that E3 is not the place to talk about Nintendo. Is it Super Nintendo World? I always get it messed up because I think it's called Super Nintendo World, but it's only Mario stuff.
Right.
Which is,
I don't know.
Interesting. No, I think I've said this before, and I'm usually pretty. I like to have realistic goals entering E3, and it's not every year that Nintendo is like gonna bring it, but I think they really have an opportunity to bring it this year and be the standout press conference, even though there's like 18 of them.
The talk of the town, as the kids would say.
Yes, but that does mean they also have an opportunity to drop the ball so gloriously.
Oh, yeah. Which they've
done
pushed
in the
away
past.
from. They've absolutely done in
Star
the past,
Fox
but they've
Zero,
pushed away from.
Star Fox Zero was a low year for Nintendo. But it was, I think it was always going to be. The Wii U was almost on its way out. We had no idea what the NX looked like. That was the year they announced Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival and Star Fox Zero. That was the same E3. People forget that because they're so upset about Star Fox. But no, I think I think they have an opportunity to have a really good, really big year. It really comes down to, do they have big announcements? Are they going to talk about Mario Kart 9? Do they have 2 Smash characters? Are we going to get?
Are they going to talk about Mario Kart 9? Are they going to acknowledge its existence?
Right. Are we finally going to get Bayonetta 3 info? Are we going to get Metroid Prime 4 info? I think no on either. But like, also like, how much of their E3 press conference is going to be dedicated to a slide reel of upcoming indie games? Because like, I know they love to do that, but Nintendo indie games kind of have its own realm on the internet, and they don't have to use up time at E3 to talk about those, but I think they're going to want to.
Yeah.
So
they could look at the camera, directly into the camera, say, Chris, Waluigi's going to be in Smash Brothers. Hope you're happy. Have a great E3, everyone. And if they don't mention Mario Kart 9, I think I'm still going to be upset.
What if they announced Waluigi as a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, but with that comes the announcement that Mario Kart 9 is not only in production, but will in fact not feature Waluigi?
Then I take it as it's not a loss, it's not a win, it's I broke even.
Yeah, exactly.
Then I say, okay, I broke even.
Because honestly, with the way that we're talking about Mario Kart 9, that kind of makes sense. Because it's like we just want the main Mario people and then some third parties. So Waluigi didn't make it.
You know what's funny is I'm not a big Waluigi fan. Like he's not my favorite character or anything like that. But
me either. When I was a kid, I only would ever play as Waluigi.
Oh, really?
I was the biggest Waluigi fan as a kid. Now I'm whatever.
Oh, I never. It's not that I didn't care about him. It's just he wasn't one of the ones I'd go for.
Right.
But I'm just so distraught at the disrespect that they gave one of their legacy characters at this point.
Mm-hmm. He's the only one left.
Yeah.
And he was the only one left before they announced Piranha Plant, and then they announced Piranha Plant.
Yeah. The last one will be a Babam.
They've said so much. They said all the Koopalings. They said Piranha Plant. They said no Geno. Geno's going to be a costume. They said Waluigi's an assist trophy. They said assist trophies can't be fighters. But what they haven't said is whether or not Waluigi is going to be in Smash Brothers Ultimate. and that's the one bit of information that I need. Also, fun trivia fact, the first ever official render of Waluigi, he is holding something, and what he is holding is a potted piranha plant, and that is also the first ever render of a potted piranha plant. So, get fucked, I guess. Eat shit in the assist trophy hell, you purple idiot. Because assist trophies have got the upgrade before in the past. Literally, Little Mac was an assist trophy, but not in the same game. Has it done that?
Right.
You know, like if Waluigi, like they're always weird about that. Springman was an assist trophy, so they chose Min Min instead for some reason. But like if Waluigi gets announced, is there still a Waluigi assist trophy? Because I feel like that's the most Waluigi shit ever.
Right.
But maybe they remove. I don't know. It's not like them to remove content. I don't know. I'm expecting.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I've got a second prediction.
Okay.
If my first one fails, here's
your
what
first prediction being Mario Kart 9 is going to be announced.
Oh well, yes. No, I'm
but
talking Smash.
Your first Smash prediction is Sora and Waluigi.
Yes, in that order.
What is your announced in that order?
Yeah.
Because Waluigi's got to be last. If they're gonna do it, he's got to be last.
Yeah.
I mean, that would bring the hype that I was talking about.
Yeah.
What is your secondary prediction?
My secondary prediction.
I thought you were going to say myself.
I'm going to be in there. My secondary prediction is a Goomba and King Babam.
Oh, it was a joke. The secondary prediction was a goof.
King Babam might make it in.
King Babam literally is playable in the new Mario Golf. Did you not know that?
Is he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Oh my God. Is Waluigi?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Waluigi's fucking looks super fly, dude. He's got a nice fit. Got a nice new fit. Waluigi and Wario got a fucking major glow up for Mario Kart Golf Super Strikers or whatever it's called.
King Babam.
It's definitely not called Mario Kart Golf, which is what my mouth said.
Mario Kart Super Strikers.
Mario Kart Golf Super Strikers.
Oh, okay.
It's golf kart racing and soccer.
You know what's funny is this Mario Golf game just sounds like a ripoff of the Aqua Teen Hunger Force golf game.
What are you talking about?
There's Aqua Teen Hunger Force golf game for the PS2.
Okay.
And you fight things in it while you golf.
Oh, I mean, it's not a beat 'em up.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Oh.
It looks, this is what I thought you were going to say before you mentioned the Aqua Teen Hunger Force golfing game that I didn't know existed, but sounds kind of dope.
I have it if you ever want to play it.
It looks like people who make Mario Golf said, let's just make everybody's golf but with Mario characters, because there's regular golf and then there's like Mario Golf,
right.
And then there's like Mario Golf. I think it's called Mario Golf Super Rush or something like that, where you have to race. It's like
that's what I've been
we go
seeing.
against the conventions of golf, and you get your ball in the hole as quick as you can, but we're going to do that with like racing and like foot racing and power-ups, and like maybe you get a power-up that makes everyone go slower, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it's essentially just battle golf, but they're not going to hit each other.
Okay. That is different than the Aqua Teen Hunger Force golf game.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like a beat 'em up with golf mechanics.
It is. Well, you're playing a game of golf, and then there are these little assholes trying to fight you while you're playing your golf game.
You can't ignore them. You have to engage.
Well, it's been a while since I played, but I remember beating up a lot of enemies.
I bet you can get good enough where you can like no scope a round without having to kill a
That'd be
dude.
cool. Do you want to play that game with me?
Sure. I know literally nothing about Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
That's okay. I think you'd still
here's
have fun.
everything I know about Aqua Teen Hunger Force: meatball and shake.
And
that's it. That's all I know.
French fries.
Oh, there's fries too. Yeah. Why are they like fast food and then a meatball? Don't answer that. We're very late in this podcast. But no, that'll be it. Next time, 2 weeks from now, next gaming podcast will be us talking about all the things they announced at E3 because it lined up so perfectly. Ooh, excuse me. That's gonna happen like that.
Cool. I do have an answer for that. I'll tell you after the podcast.
Yeah. We'll talk about that in private. Also, if you've listened this far, thank you so much. But we are going to be streaming most of these things. So let me just run through it real quick.
Well, you know what? Instead of that, why don't you just put the schedule as the
You know what?
the end?
That's a good idea. Tune in for the end card. The end card's going to be the whole schedule. We're not watching I'm watching all of them, but we're not streaming all of them. We're only streaming some of them. And Thursday, hold on real quick. This information I will give you now because it's not part of the graphic. Saturday and Monday will be just me. The rest will be both of us. But yeah, that'll do it for us. We didn't do our segment, but we had a real good discussion about E3. I'm very excited for E3 now, more so than I was before. But yeah, until next time, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
Stay safe, stay clean, and we'll see you next time.